So welcome one and all to a picturesque evening here, a clear night, all the ingredients for a showcase game that the passionate crowd demands. I'm Peter Drury, and joining me here, our expert Jim Beglin.
Thanks for that, Peter, and may I say a big hello to everyone.
And the mood is boisterous. It is a perfect ambience for the central characters who are ready now to perform. So off we go then. Jim, you've played in games of this nature. Who can make the difference?
Frenkie de Jong has attained the status of elite midfielder at a tender age. It's very rare you see someone have so much maturity, composure and vision on the ball. One of the best proponents of total football I've seen in recent times.
Well, he would be the obvious choice, wouldn't he? He certainly has all the right qualities. Ferdinand, and it's Roberto Carlos. Seedorf. Oh, it's a promising build-up, this. Plenty of really nice passing. Oh, he's going to be disappointed with that. Roberto Carlos. And played cross-field, changing the point of attack.
That's a great ball cross-field.
De Jong. Passing is crisp and sharp. Driving forward. There's the shot! Marvellous goal!
Listen, the big names earn their reputations for precisely the reason we've just seen. They have a habit of making their presence felt, and here we are, early stages. He struck one, and he looks hungry for more.
Perfect placement, the one place the keeper couldn't reach.
That's expertly finished, and he's done that so often.
So, a breakthrough already. And that's been intercepted.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Seedorf. Now it's Ibrahimovic. Lahm. And it's Vieira. Distributed tidily. Lahm just loves to go forward whenever he can. Mateus plays the return pass. Now it's Roberto Carlos. Luis Suarez. First quarter of an hour gone. Well seen, saw that coming.
That was well played, well stopped.
Seedorf plays the game a step ahead of almost anyone.
Botafogo are really in a position where patience and prudence will serve them best. Time's on their side.
Lahm. Bellingham. De Jong. And Mateus. Mateus. Chance! And oh, he's got that completely wrong.
Yeah, I think that miss is going to give him nightmares for a while.
Physical challenge. Maldini charging forward, the ball at his feet. Now who's going to be first to this? That's very neat. Lahm defending his corner stubbornly, stood up very well to his man. And it's Roberto Carlos. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. No, he's not getting past him there. Tries to play it through. Can he finish? And the ball's come loose here. That was a good run. The defence looked beaten there. Bumps him off it and wins back the ball. Nicely weighted ball. Oh, well measured. And that pass just didn't quite work. Well, he was clearly disappointed with that pass.
Lazio clearly didn't help themselves by telegraphing that one. It was always going to be intercepted.
Yeah, he's fouled him there. Well, the ref's been lenient here. I doubt he'll get too many more chances.
Well, it was deliberate, it was cynical, and you have to understand the frustration of being denied a clear opportunity, but it had to be done.
This certainly looks appetising, well within shooting range. Harness! Loose ball now, and there's a chase on to retrieve it. Lovely ball and a real chance now. Oh, shooting chance! It's hit the upright. All eyes on the referee. It's a penalty. And that is a huge moment in the context of the game. So this to pull level. Formality, we're level. Not a twitch, not a blink.
Well, I'm not sure what body language the keeper was trying to read, but it didn't work.
Botafogo grabbed the equaliser, and we're all square.
Well, this is to be expected, Peter, when you've got two strong teams of fairly equal standing. The outcome should all come down to finishing.
Lahm is a perfect combination of brain and brawn. Ernest. Lahm. No way through. Lahm is sporting a guilty look after that.
Well, the pass wasn't good enough, and he knows it.
Lahm. Ernest. That's a cute ball. Ibrahimovic. And it's Lahm. And that interception was most necessary.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Great ball if he can get there. Look at the space here. Bellingham! Just swings wide.
Well, I think the defence are breathing a big sigh of relief here. He really spanked that, and it wasn't far away at all.
He's had it taken off him. And it's half-time here. So it's all square. Neither side has been able to make a telling difference, but it hasn't been for the lack of trying. That's been a decent 45 minutes. Competitive, certainly, and a goal each.
Attenzione, un cambio.
Botafogo get the second half going. Oh, good read.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Cute ball now, how can he reach? Oh, he's been caught. Chance for a shot! Seedorf. Botafogo, different to some extent this half. Details of the changes to come soon.
Well, I think this is probably a good time, Peter, to make ambitious change.
Vieira has got himself a free kick. Ferdinand is pretty much the definition of the word uncompromising. And this is Bale.
That's just playing it safe and simple.
Now here's the delivery. That's a decent clearance.
That, Peter, is wonderful reading of the game. Perfect positioning. Well played.
Bellingham. Oh, nicely intercepted. Ernest. Now that's well seen too.
They'll want to make the most of this turnover.
Roberto Carlos. Mateus looking understandably energised after his goal. Bellingham. Bellingham puts his foot on the gas. Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal, and it had to be. And this is Hullet. Oh, well cut out, no margin for error there at all. Botafogo perhaps contemplating their next change here. Roberto Carlos. Ferdinand did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise. Shoots! Oh, nearly, but not quite.
You can never be too safe with someone like him around. They got away with that.
Ernest cuts a frustrated figure right now. He just cannot get away.
Look, he could do with someone else taking responsibility to shift the target. He badly needs some help here.
Lahm is looking to influence the game from out wide. De Jong. And it's Lahm. Here's Roberto Carlos. Nicely aimed pass. Roberto Carlos. And that's aimed into the middle. Maldini can get it clear.
Sostituzione per la Lazio.
Lazio with the corner. They're first.
Luis Suarez. Numero 22.
Ferdinand tries to clear. Hazard.
Cristiano Ronaldo. Il numero 6.
Botafogo are looking to go forward
Il
now.
numero 4. Attenzione, una
Now
sostituzione.
it's Hullet. Bale. It's Bale! And again the keeper stands strong.
Well, look, they know they've got a height advantage, and it's time for them to use it.
Hazard plays it short. And that's been intercepted.
That was well played, well stopped.
Takes a shot! They want to be quick to recover. Decent chance! Sensational from Bellingham! Sumptuous finish, an absolute joy! And the comeback is complete! There was no getting to that, no getting to it at all. Expertly done.
That's just a fabulous, fabulous finish. Anything that close to the frame of the goal, 99 times out of 100, the keeper's not getting there.
And when the manager called on him, he was only too happy to repay that faith.
I think the manager's claiming an assist here.
Botafogo go into the lead.
I just think this has been a lesson in character, togetherness and composure. I think most teams would have crumbled by now. But this refusal to give up is brilliant.
That is a brilliant interception. Roberto Carlos is there to clear.
Keep calm and carry on. That's the job in a nutshell now.
Hazard going face to face with his great rival. And it's Bale. pull it.
Botafogo really wanted that two-goal cushion, but it wasn't to be. Still, they should be able to see it out from here.
Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. Roberto Carlos, the man synonymous with solidity. Nedved. Lovely pass, but can he get there?
Sostituzione per la Lazio. Numero 20.
There is some activity down on the touchline. It seems there's going to be a change.
Lasciano il campo per
Keep the
il
ball
numero
and
2.
you win the game.
Il
It
numero
really is
23.
that simple.
Ci saranno 3 minuti di recupero.
Great vision. And he welcomes it in. Oh, he's got a sight of goal. It's come through and he's had a quick look inside.
That was well seen too. Good clearance.
It's a pretty loose pass. Roberto Carlos gets into a good position. Header! Fair attempt, just the wrong outcome. That's at the end. Botafogo have done it with iron, with pragmatism, the sort you expect from a team like this. Admirable, enjoyable, and look how they reacted to that initial setback. Belling claiming the Man of the Match award, and there is very little room for argument. What a turnaround. Victory from the jaws of defeat. Enjoy that, Jim.
This has been a very composed response when trailing. There was no sense of anxiety, just a belief to stick to the game plan and stick together. And it's been a very
Welcome to those who have joined us all here on a beautiful, clear evening. The conditions contributing to a fantastic atmosphere in the stands. This really is the place to be. I'm Peter Drury, and it's my chance to say that it is an absolute delight to have Jim Beglin beside me.
Thanks, Peter. Hello, everybody. Ready to see what unfolds in this one now.
There's nothing quite like match day, especially here. This crowd doesn't do ordinary, and we should be in for something very special. If you're just joining us, we are already underway. He's having a shot! Goal! Botafogo! First blood drawn. The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Well, it's an example of counter-attacking at its finest. Real cut and thrust.
So the game's first significant moment, and it's come earlier than perhaps we anticipated. Roberto Carlos. Nesta calmly anticipates. Hoeneß. Hoeneß!
That's just playing it safe and simple.
Botafogo leading here thanks to that early goal. 1-0 the score. Bellingham chips it through. Chance, surely! It's off target and by quite a way.
I just wonder what was on his mind there. Should have put his foot right through it.
And it's Roberto Carlos. Vieira. Ferdinand is very much of the non-shall-pass school of defending. Pass is coming off in quick succession here. And it's Bellingham. Vieira. Lazio trying to orchestrate a breakaway here by the looks of it.
Well, I would say that this is probably the easiest way to play the game, because you try and absorb in numbers defensively, and then you look to hit it with a long ball quickly on the counter.
Chance for a shot! It's there! They have done it! They have their equaliser!
Well, it looks like we have ourselves a real game here now, Peter. They've been rewarded for their courage, for their attitude, for their application, and now they'll want another.
Piercing, and with pinpoint accuracy, he forces it through.
The keeper deserves some sympathy there. He may not have seen that until too late.
And that has added a whole new complexion to the game.
Well, this is to be expected, Peter. When you've got two strong teams of fairly equal standing, the outcome should all come down to finishing.
Vieira. Still very early doors, but it is a closely contested affair. Hoeneß. Now that looks a decent ball. He's on it, can he get away? Vieira. Can he spark a counter here? And it's Seedorf. Roberto Carlos. Played into the middle. He gets big! And he was there to get a vital touch.
Yeah, he was well placed to deal with that. They've got a healthy number of very tall targets to pick out from this corner.
Roberto Carlos with the short one. Lazio have the chance to go the other way. Now he's off and running. Oh, that's a key interception. Roberto Carlos is one of the key ingredients in the team's attack.
Yeah, they were looking for a counter-attack.
Now that's well seen too. Maldini. It's Ferdinand. Vieira. Cantona.
A lot of space here, a real opportunity.
Hoeneß is in a really good position out wide. Ferdinand getting this one clear. Could move up a gear here. Hoeneß. And that interception was most necessary.
That was well played, well stopped.
Seedorf. Another pass just keeps it ticking over. Can he finish? Goal! Botafogo! And they've got their lead back. And that is about as cool as they come. He picked his spot expertly.
Well, Peter, I think the keeper knew straight away he was never going to get to it.
Botafogo go into the lead.
This is the time you need that pace.
Seedorf. Vieira. Oh, it's a promising build-up, this. Plenty of really nice passing. Vieira. Knocks it into space. Oh, nicely intercepted.
Il quarto uomo indica 2 minuti di recupero.
And it's Seedorf. Pinches it off him. Vieira. Seedorf. And this is Ibrahimovic. No foul, says the referee. Vieira. Lovely pass, but can he get there? That's an excellent interception. And it's half-time here. So we have here a genuinely competitive game with neither team truly in control. A single goal the difference at half-time. It is quite a game, breathless and laced with excitement.
Yeah, they're ahead, Peter, but they can't afford to get too complacent. They need to go with the same intensity and tempo they showed in getting both the goals. Try to get another now and establish that two-goal cushion early in the second half.
Botafogo are leading by 1 in a finely poised game. It's 2-1 at half-time. Here we go again. Botafogo do appear to have made a half-time change.
I'll be fascinated to see how the change now affects their overall strategy.
Ball is over the line. Bellingham. Over to the other side.
That's a great ball cross-field.
And it's Lahm. And that is a little undercooked. Oh, easy pickings there. Oh, facing up to his adversary. And the shot! It's in! A 2-goal lead, and they're firmly in control. Truly superb. A goal of such supreme quality, composure and class.
It's the stuff you work on the training ground time and time again, and it came off.
And it didn't take him long. Just sitting on the bench and waiting moments ago, already he has scored.
That's just as the manager would have seen it, an impact sub.
Well, that has changed the dynamic somewhat.
That has the feeling of a breath of fresh air, Peter.
Big header! And yes, it's there! Pick that one out. It was a bullet.
Superb timing to generate that power through a really strong neck behind it, and he gave the keeper little opportunity.
Lazio get themselves back into contention.
The manager must have given them an earful at half-time, and fair play, because it seems to have worked. They've got to kick on from here now.
Bale showed plenty of zest in getting to the ball, but couldn't quite sort it out. And here's Hullet. Seedorf. Can he finish? He has done it! You give him an inch and he'll take a mile. Such immaculate precision.
Yeah, Peter, I think we've got to give the keeper some slack here because he didn't have the greatest view of that, but you've got to give the scorer his due as well. I mean, he had that sharpness of mind and clinical edge.
So the lead now is 2.
Well, this is nothing less than they deserve, Peter. They're in the driving seat now.
And it's Seedorf. And here's Bale. Hernes. Botafogo perhaps contemplating their next change here. Lahm. Showing good feet. Incoming. Oh, smashing header! And it's in! Satisfyingly simple. There's almost a sense of beauty to this.
So well played, Peter. Did a great job keeping sight of the ball. Made a classic move and met it perfectly.
Sostituzione per la Lazio. Numero 11. Numero 22.
So, time for changes on both sides, actually. This is threatening to become a really good game.
Well, what a difference a goal makes. Now, all of a sudden, it seems the belief is back.
There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. Lahm. And it's Gullit. Now Ibrahimovic. Lahm delivers. Defending of the desperate variety.
Lazio really are going about things in the right fashion, Peter. It's great to see.
They're coming again and again.
Well, the question now is whether they can...
He's gone for goal! Now, who's going to be first? Oh, he's been caught on it here! And it's played into the middle. Maldini getting this one clear. Bellingham conjures time and space where few can. Vieira. Just a quarter of an hour to play. And this is Gullit. Bale purring through the gears. It's Bale! They've done it! That really is quite fabulous. All his own doing.
I'm not making any apologies, but I was willing him to supply the finish, and he came up trumps.
Sostituzione per la Lazio. Numero 19.
Lazio are able now to make their substitution. It's been on the cards for a few moments now. Cristiano Ronaldo getting the call here in what can be interpreted as a clear show of intent.
Yeah, I think it's time for some brave decision-making.
And it's Gullit. Shapes to shoot! And that would have won it.
Gullit really must be wondering how he hasn't put them 3 up. It was a very, very decent chance.
This is their second corner of the game. Lahm goes short. Nice control. And now a sudden chance to counter. Couldn't squeeze it through. Bellingham. The referee's awarded a free kick. And it's Lahm. Azar. And here's Gullit. Bale. Real chance! Just cruising! They are cruising! And they are cruising away! Oh, a goal of real quality. He made it look ridiculously easy.
That's brilliant control, Peter.
Goes for a shot! Loose ball now. Oh, he's been caught napping. Lahm plays it in. Roberto Carlos. Platini. And here's Cristiano Ronaldo. Iniesta. Nice bit of trickery. And this is Iniesta. He's had a shot! He was certain to score. It is an inexplicable miss. And it's Gullit. Iniesta. Out to the left it goes. Looking to go deep.
Oh, that's a cracking ball. Too quick for defence and keeper.
Botafogo clearly now in lead preservation mode. That's that, the end. Well, that was a tale of two very different teams. One driven, ruthless, prolific. The other quite the opposite in all of those areas. The result, a very accurate reflection of what we saw. Gullit claiming the Man of the Match award, and there is very little room for argument. Well, after all of that, Jim, what are you thinking?
Well, the look on the manager's face says it all. He knows he set his attack up perfectly, and the players carried out his instructions to the letter, it would seem. Everything working very nicely.
So many thanks to Jim Beglin. That's all we have time for. Good evening to you. Well, what a sight this is, a beautiful evening, and the promise of a match that will really get the juices flowing. I'm Peter Drury, and this is Jim Beglin.
Hi everyone, and thanks Peter, it's great to be on board.
Expectations and decibels both rising fast here, things are heating up, and we'll be getting underway very soon. We have already started here.
When you have Edwin van der Sar in goal, it's like having an 11th outfield player. He can make every kind of save and get his team on the front foot.
He has a great gift for distribution, doesn't he? Almost assists.
Exactly, he's a playmaking goalkeeper who likes to trigger attacks as soon as the ball ends up in his possession.
Well, the boss won't be happy about that at all. They were pedestrian in possession and carried almost no threat at all.
This is the time you need that pace.
Lahm. Now Hoeneß. And here's Mbappe. Hoeneß. And this is Ibrahimovic. Nedved.
They'll want to make the most of this turnover.
And no, that is pretty much the end of that. Roberto Carlos. Well seen, saw that coming.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Nedved. Oh, that's well spotted. And that's the end of that. It all started well enough. Oh, good read.
That was well played, well stopped.
It has been a rather gentle affair so far. Hoeneß is always playing with one eye on the spectacular. That's tidy. He's got away. Can he finish? Roberto Carlos going full steam ahead down the left flank. Neither side yet able to force a breakthrough here. And it's Vieira. Passes short and sharp. Ferdinand. Araujo. Maldini. And it's Seedorf. Oh, good spread. And he's picked it up out wide. Cross is blocked, and that's a corner.
They've got a healthy number of very tall targets to pick out from this corner.
They've played it short. He's in a great position here. De Jong is the team's great visionary. And now a sudden chance to counter. That's a cute ball. Donnarumma breathes a sigh of relief as he gets his hands on the ball. And for a moment you felt that was going somewhere, but they'll have to go again. Now it's Ibrahimovic. And here's Mbappe. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup.
Yet another interesting duel, this.
Hoeneß. Nedved. Now it's Gullit. And there's green grass ahead of him. Oh, he's burst through. It's Roberto Carlos!
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
Lovely bit of skill. Passes coming off in quick succession here. Cantona! It's bounced back off the post. More and more pressure on the ball here. Ibrahimovic. Can he spark a counter here? It's Seedorf. Bout of passing here. He's had a shot! Half-time rapidly approaching, and it's still goalless. Now it's Gullit. Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. And it's Nedved. Roberto Carlos. Lazio finding their passes.
If they want to counter, they could do with more speed.
Can he get it through? Iniesta. Now, what about a counter-attack? De Jong. Nedved. And it's Lahm. Araujo promptly onto that, and that is that. Roberto Carlos. That pass has been well intercepted. A reprieve, albeit perhaps momentary. De Jong. And there's the end of the first half. So we go in at half-time with both defences still yet to be breached. They rather cancelled each other out in the first period. Let us see what the second half brings. How's the first half compared with your expectation?
Well, I have to say, I think it's a good performance, but it's clear that they need a little more energy and more precision up top. They proved they can create chances. Now they need to start putting them away. That's the next step.
So, both teams still stuck on the starting blocks here, 0-0 at the break.
Attenzione, un cambio.
There's the start of the second half.
Well, I suppose from a defensive perspective, Peter, neither manager can be too unhappy. I just wonder which team is going to up the ante first.
Nedved running with the ball. Iniesta. He's found a way through. Oh, such a clever... It's Iniesta! Botafogo come out of the tunnel having undergone a change at half-time.
Well, I think this is probably a good time, Peter, to make ambitious change.
And that could set him on his way. Roberto Carlos is one whose deliveries we all know about. Rafael Leao. And it's Seedorf. Roberto Carlos. Rafael Leao. Van Dijk defending his corner stubbornly, stood up very well to his man.
I'm not sure the shot was ever on there, really. There were just too many bodies in the way, Peter. It's a decent chance to counter-attack.
Lazio are looking to play on the counter here, aren't they? Shot a goal! Decent enough try.
Well, he's furious with himself, but at least the boss is applauding his effort then.
And claimed it back swiftly. Seedorf goes steaming forward. That's the throw.
Attenzione, una sostituzione.
Bellingham. Nedved can so cleverly bypass the press. He's shifting through the gears here. Nedved really struggling to influence the game.
They're just trying to negate his influence, and it looks like whatever it takes. Yeah, they were looking for a counter-attack.
Somewhat off target. And here's Hullet, looking to play him in. And he shoots! And that's what you call inspired goalkeeping.
Rafael Leao really must be thinking what he has to do to score there.
Corner number 2 then.
Sostituzione per la Lazio. Numero 21, numero 4, numero 24, Iniesta. Lasciano il campo per il numero 6, Ibrahimovic, il numero 20, il numero 22.
So it's going to be another corner. Corner number 3 coming up. Lahm, who's short. Lovely feet. And this is Roberto Carlos. Now, and the shot! Brilliant! That is a gem! An absolute gem! And that is the goal we've all been yearning for. That was easy, almost too easy.
Some great movement here, and the pass was perfect. All he had to do was just apply the finishing touch.
Botafogo are in front now, the game's only goal.
Look, you can't deny that it's a blow, but this game is far from unsalvageable.
Passing is crisp and sharp, and that's been intercepted.
He read that really well and stopped it.
And it's De Jong. That's a nicely shaped ball. It's all a little bit desperate, but it's got the job done.
You know, it was an intervention that had to be made. Serious trouble lay in store.
That's a promising run he's making on the right. Pelé. Great vision. Oh, that's wonderful alertness.
Botafogo clearly have been instructed to kill this off. Offence is the best form of defence.
Sostituzione per la Lazio. Numero 19, numero 17.
And the two sides separated by the game's only breakthrough moment to this point, and the score is 1-0. And it's Lahm. Oh, it's a promising build-up, this. Plenty of really nice passing. Bale puts them all in. Firm header, just off target.
That's a great attempt, although he clearly feels he should have done better with it.
And that's a simple one for the keeper. And now they can spring out of defence. Pelé. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Gullit. Gullit unable to make it happen for all his good intentions. Gullit.
Botafogo can really think about the precious seconds that took off the clock. No need to overly commit now.
Strong running down that left flank. And it's Bellingham. Shin to shin, bicep to bicep, and he wins out. Botafogo are looking to break at pace. And that's put paid to a promising move.
Il quarto uomo indica 4 minuti di recupero.
They've been denied a chance to develop any rhythm in the passing department.
Gullit might just make this. It's a good run down the right. Ibrahimovic. He's onside, crosses it in here, and he's managed to get rid. Some resolute defending there. And that is as far as it goes. Relief, finally. Now at last they can enjoy the taste of victory. Fingernails bitten to the quick, but they have got over the line. Quite a ride. Lahm claiming the Man of the Match award, and there is very little room for argument. So, Jim, how do you reflect on what we've seen?
Well, this game looked to have 0-0 written all over.
Welcome to those who have joined us all here on a beautiful, clear evening. The conditions contributing to a fantastic atmosphere in the stands. This really is the place to be. I'm Peter Drury, and here with me in the commentary box, I'm glad to report, is Jim Beglin.
Well, thank you very much, Mr. Drury, and hello to everyone.
Well, the stage is set for a stirring showdown here. The supporters in great voice, and there's a real sense of anticipation in the air. Game on. If you're just joining us, we are already underway. Gullit receives it in a wide position. And here's Gullit, and it's Vieira. Tries to pass it through. Can he finish? No messing about, just bludgeoned away. Roberto Carlos. Well, the boss won't be happy about that at all. They were pedestrian in possession and carried almost no threat at all. Too much on it, and that is an easy claim for the keeper. And it's Lahm. Knocks it into space. And he's made sure that's not getting through. Edwin van der Sar, such a calm, composed keeper.
He is one of the first sweeper keepers, Peter, because his feet are almost as good as his hands.
Vieira with a definite foul there. Well, it's not taken him long, and that's going to be a booking. Seedorf. That is good pressure, just hounded him off it. Lahm got a long way forward to join the attack. Lazio looking to pass their way through. And it's Lahm. Oh, good read.
That was well played, well stopped.
Ferdinand is a man so notably robust and resolute in his defending. Botafogo still without a single shot on target. Vieira wins the duel this time.
Well, it seems as if he's just had a momentary lapse and slipped into tunnel vision, because he had good options around him and he failed to get his head up.
Vieira going full steam ahead down the left flank, and he has been fouled there. That has not gone well. And the pass is intercepted. Decent progress down the left. Lahm. Nicely weighted ball. Real chance! And that is certainly not what he had in mind.
I just wonder what was on his mind there. Should have put his foot right through it.
Throw it. Intercepts the throw. That's well read. Yeah. And that's been intercepted.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Maldini. Passing nice. Chance, surely! Ibrahimovic! It could only be him! He's got himself an absolute peach.
I think you have to appreciate the simplicity and efficiency of it all there, Peter. The ease at which the defence got taken out of the equation, and he was never going to miss that.
Botafogo have penetrated for the first time.
Well, this will present the manager with a few interesting options, Peter. Try sitting on this or push on with the opposition now forced to come out.
Hoeneß goes steaming forward. Takes a shot! Sticks it away! And they're at it again in double quick time. That is a super smooth goal. Beautiful manoeuvring of the ball and splendid authority in the finish.
Speed of thought, speed of action. That's another really clever finish.
Things starting to look very comfortable.
Well, their manager seems to have them always thinking about the next goal. When's the next goal coming? They're such an entertaining watch.
Vieira. Botafogo have scored 2 quick goals here and are firmly in the driving seat. 2-0 the score. Ernest is someone with real dynamite in his boots. Maldini. Araujo. Now Ernest. And it's Vieira. Ibrahimovic! He's beaten the keeper, but hit the post.
That's alert and sharp and very well played.
And that is going to be the final action of the first half. What do you think we're up to after 45 minutes?
Botafogo really did kick on after getting that first goal. Could they have got another one and killed the game off completely? Possibly. But as long as they can keep up the intensity, maintain the purpose levels, I think they'll get another chance soon enough.
Botafogo ahead 2-0, and they are looking good. There's the start of the second half. Well seen, saw that coming.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
And that interception was most necessary.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Can he get it through? It's a really well-measured ball. Nice interception, well-timed. Oh, good read.
That was well played, well stopped.
They're urging him to shoot. Crosses it in. And now they can clear their lines. Roberto Carlos.
If they want to counter, they could do with more speed.
And here's Ibrahimovic. Mateus. Bellingham. And there's his chance to lead the counter. Ernest. No, again there's no way through. And here's Ibrahimovic. Roberto Carlos. And he's taking no chances there. Botafogo with this handy-looking 2-0 lead. They are looking comfortable. Eto'o. And that's been intercepted.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Now it's Eto'o. Passing is crisp and sharp. Eto'o. Nice sequence of passes this. And the finish! It's loose now and they want to get it back.
Sostituzione per la Lazio. Numero 18, Eto'o. Numero 19, numero 8.
Mateus really struggling to influence the game.
Look, he could do with someone else taking responsibility to shift the target. He badly needs some help here.
Il numero 15.
He's going to be disappointed with that. Well, that is not the best ball, and he offers an apologetic look.
Encourage the pass with...
Shapes to shoot! Botafogo perhaps contemplating their next change here. Roberto Carlos. Well seen, saw that coming.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Now it's Roberto Carlos. Well, the movement is slick, the speed is slippery. The defence, though, able to hold on this time. This looks promising. And he's in. Can he finish? Oh, special! That is a special goal! Sumptuous finish, an absolute joy! And they are tearing the opposition apart here. Simply breathtaking stuff. And a trademark move ends with the inevitable classy finish.
Look, if you want to be effective on the break, then the key element is always pace. That's what really rips defences apart, and it's difficult to find an answer to it when it's applied like that.
Well, it's an inspired substitution. Terrific move by the boss.
That's just as the manager would have seen it, an impact sub.
Botafogo find a position of real strength now. Mateus. And it's Bellingham. And that is expertly dealt with. Azar is a player who's always giving defenders headaches. Roberto Carlos. Foot in. De Jong running with the ball. Now it's Cristiano Ronaldo. And that interception was most necessary.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Oh, that's nice. Oh, good spread. And he's picked it up out wide. He's got full. Great football, shot and save.
They'll want to make the most of this turnover.
Stood up well to him there. Whistle's gone, that's a foul. Yeah. Not too much more here than seeing out time, and time is very nearly seen out. Bale. Bale takes control of it and he's on the move. It's Azar! Lacking in accuracy. Mateus. Now it's Roberto Carlos. Not too much to add on here, just a minute. And the referee brings it to a close. Botafogo really have hit the heights. A tour de force that has left their opponents reeling. And that is what tends to happen when they do their thing. Any reflections on what you've seen, Jim?
I think we just saw a team winning by playing to their strengths. There was a clear picture of what they set out to do, and the players were determined to deliver it, and they did.
So many thanks to Jim Beglin. That's all we have time for. Good evening to you.